I never in a million years thought that I would be out here doing some dumb shit. And I'm proud of myself. Just like I thought I don't do. You know what I mean? I made some mistakes. I kept thinking to myself that, you know what I mean, I don't have to give a fuck. And technically I don't. But anybody who does feel like they have to give a fuck should act accordingly. So if you messing around with somebody who you know possibly don't give a fuck, you shouldn't do anything with that person that eventually you would give a fuck about. You know, that's why whenever somebody come at me like, why you got all these kids, I look at them like you asking the wrong motherfucker. Cause I could tell a bitch to keep a baby or to delete a baby. And that bitch is the only person that has that choice and that power to do so. I can't say, I don't want you to have this baby. Take her to the abortion clinic and force her to have an abortion. That's crazy. They look at me like, oh, but why aren't you sticking your dick in them raw? Why the fuck are they letting me? Like, what the, why everybody make it seem like, why won't the person that's dealing with the issue acknowledge the issue and take responsibility for the shit? That's what's been pissing me off for the longest, because I've been realizing that a lot of these bitches just use ignorance as a scapegoat, pure stupidity. Like, cause somebody else said, yeah, man, he shouldn't have did that. You're like, yeah, he shouldn't have did that. Yeah, it's not my fault. It makes you feel better, doesn't it? When you realize that you feel like, due to, you know what I mean, popular demand, you don't have to be responsible for your own actions, which is crazy. Like, it never amazes me how, you know what I mean, a female know you care about them, right? And will do something to themselves to hurt you. Like, I take care of her. I make sure she alright, take care of the kids. I show her I care. And you know what I mean? You do something and you fall back or something like that and it hurts their feelings, they'll do something to get you back. And they think that, you know what I mean, the feeling is coming from deep within them, something that they really want to do. No, it's something that they know they shouldn't do on the strength of you, but because they're trying to get back in you, it feels good to do it. You understand? And I understand that feeling. That's why whenever a motherfucker start acting funny, I already know what's going to happen. Because I showed them exactly how to hurt me. But where they fail to realize is that's not going to hurt me. You hurting yourself is not hurting me. But you putting yourself in a fucked up situation or making yourself vulnerable to motherfuckers who don't give a fuck about you. When you have kids or you have my child present is what irks me, because I know how this world works. Like, there's people out here masquerading as good people and they're monsters. Like, I know I'm not no angel, but I got 6 wings. Like, I know I'm a guardian. Like, that's what I do. I like to protect. I love to protect shit, and I love to take care of shit and support shit. You know what I mean? That's the type of person I am. But to have somebody just say, instead of saying I'm a fuck with somebody of equal power or better, just say, let me just not give a fuck. That shit is crazy. Like, I got people out here just bringing my name up. And some bullshit that never happened, just to make themselves feel better. But at the end of the day, like, you talking about some shit that never happened just to make everybody look at you a different way, and it's really just makeup, because makeup ain't real. You can wash makeup off. Makeup ain't how you really look. It means exactly what the fuck it is, makeup. you're making something the fuck up. It's not real. So whenever somebody else trying to put my name to the dirt, I always keep it real and I state the truth. Like when you dealing with like I deal with all types of people. Like spiteful people, you know, ignorant people, disrespectful people, and depressive people. Like you got ignorant people who are just 100% just irate, stupid, just doing a whole bunch of unnecessary shit for nothing and not making no sense behind it. And you got spiteful people who just like to do shady shit, spiteful shit, you know, crazy shit, grimy shit, just doing some underhanded shit. Then you got motherfuckers out here that's just disrespectful, always disrespecting you. Like you can sit up there and the littlest thing you did gets blown way out of proportion. You know what I mean? Then you got people who just straight up, like, always trying to make people feel sorry for them. Like, you can hear it. Like, they always sound like everybody doing something to them, or they trying to get away from everybody, but, you know what I mean? You always hearing them complain about the shit, but never doing anything about it. It's as if they feed off of this, because they need, it's like the only reason why you wouldn't get rid of something like the issues that plague you is because you need these issues as a cover to hide who you truly is. Like, why would you keep things the way it is? I dare somebody say something like that about me, because I promise you, the only reason why my life is like a little stagnant in some areas is because I literally can't do nothing about it. Like, my only problem with certain situations is that this motherfucker is my baby mother. But ain't shit I could do about that right now, because you can't stop a person from being your baby mother. You can kill a motherfucker, and it's not going to change the fact that that person that's in the ground is your fucking baby mother. You know what I mean? Baby father, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So you motherfuckers can go from a deadbeat or to a dead person, period. Like, it's just crazy. There's nothing you can say or do to change the fact of who you had a child by. But you can change the relationship and how y'all go about raising that child. And it's hard to try to tell somebody that you got good intentions when they always promoting you for having bad intentions because you don't do what they expect you to do. It amazes me beyond measures how a person who ain't got their shit together can tell you what the fuck they expect you to do. A motherfucker that don't have no goals, ain't trying to achieve shit, always talking about what they trying to do but ain't doing. That's what be pondering, that's what be banging my brain. Like, for real, like, why is you sitting over here acting like your shit don't stink? When it's obvious something has to be wrong with you. You always snapping on somebody, or every friend that you have is either no longer your friend. Like, you had people that's fucking with you, they not fucking with you no more. It gotta be you. You gotta be the shady person. You always snapping and blacking out and shit like that, popping off at the mouth. And sometimes when you out and about and you drink and you always wind up in arguing with somebody or in a situation, it gotta be you. It gotta be you. Like, when one of my baby mothers come back and they tell me about a little situation they had when they was out, and how a dude either spit on them or tried to hit them or tried to fight them or some shit like that, or how they got into a fight or something like that, and I know they disrespectful, I just look at them like, did you learn anything? Motherfucker be like, oh, this person shady or this person shiesty and shit like that. Be like, damn, you have a bad habit of, you know what I mean, finding shiesty ass friends. Like, it amazed me at one point when my baby mother was talking about one of her friends, like she needed to get her shit together. Yet my baby mother ain't have a job. Been in the same situation for the longest. Like, she'd get a little job, work. She never keep the job for longer than a year. She always popping hella shit. You know what I mean? Like, you can pop all the shit you want, but you go from A to B to C to D to E to F to G. Like, you use the alphabet, bitch. Like, you can't stay on one fucking letter. God damn, you can't stay in one fucking job. You know what I mean? It's almost hypocritical for me to say something like that. But I don't get fired. Like, I actually just leave my job due to stress. Like, I know what type of person I am. If I leave a female due to stress, I'm going to leave a job because of stress. The only reason why I leave or I exit myself out of any situation is due to stress and what I feel like I might do to put myself in an even more stressful situation. Like, I could put a bitch in the hospital, or a supervisor in the hospital. I could put whoever in the hospital. And at the same time, simultaneously put myself in jail. Like, who wants to do all of that? And then I gotta come home and deal with the fact that I done did this to this person. And fuck the time that I done spent in jail dealing with what I did. These motherfuckers will probably never let me live it the fuck up. Like, yeah, when you put me in the hospital, man, I don't feel safe around you. You put me in the hospital, some shit like that. Like, man, I'm just thinking about all this shit. Like, this ain't what you really want. Just stop trying to provoke the devil. Because I do nice things, but like nobody's perfect, man. I'm not no complete angel, but I do have 6 wings. I know I got 6 wings. I'm a guardian, arc. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. You know what I mean? I ain't no regular angel, whatever the case may be. I'm the kind that does some messed up shit for good reasons. You know what I mean? The other people that just don't know how to interpret my actions. Like, that's what be blowing on. You got people telling your whole business to all these other people. I don't talk to men. Yes, you do. 1 minute you don't talk to nobody, then as much you only talk to females. But you hearing all this shit from these dudes about how you go all trying to talk about your problem. Like, I just need somebody to talk to. Nigga, you need to talk to God, because something is wrong with you. Like, you don't realize that this is your fault. Like, you know what you're doing. Like, but then you can't be trying to control people. You know what I mean? I never really tried to control a person. I always wanted them to show their true colors. But then when you act on their actions, they get mad at you for not letting them be them. No, let me be me. I'm letting you be you. And the me that sees you for who you are ain't trying to hear that shit. I'm sorry. The fuck? You want me to let you be you and me not be me? Like, I don't. That's like saying, like, I'm the type of person to just walk up and punch people in the face. You should just let me do it. Yeah, you can punch me in the face. But if as soon as you punch me in the face, I kick you in the fucking shin, you know what I mean? Don't get mad. Because these are the consequences of your fucking actions. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. Like, when somebody feels some type of way about you, and you like, okay, this motherfucker feels some type of way about me. Now I feel some type of way about them. And then they come back with now not only did they feel some type of way about you before, but now they feel some type of way about you for feeling some type of way about them for feeling some type of way. And I was like, it's so fucking crazy. Like, it's just a bunch of tat for tat shit. Like, it's just retarded. Like, come on, when are you gonna grow up? Because I have every right to be like, okay, this motherfucker is in the feelings. Like, there were times where I was feeling some type of way, and I tell a person, it had nothing to do with you, man. Because I'm going through some shit. And because I don't like talking about my business all the time to everybody, because I don't know how to, look at this shit. Because I'm, first off, when I be mad at a lot of things, I don't know if what I'm mad at is some valid shit. because I'm around a lot of ignorance. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say it doesn't affect me too. The bullshit affects me. So somebody could say something and I could be petty about it. But I keep that shit to me and I just think about it for a while to see if it's petty or not. You know what I mean? And then while I'm dealing with the shit, I'm like, distant, solitary, like I'm confined. Just trying to think about what I'm going to do, figure shit out, because there's a lot of shit going on. And I'm trying to, like, get organized in my mind first. Because when so much shit going on, it's so many ways your mind is going. And it can't be going too many ways at once. And you not come off to somebody wrong because of something else. So I try to keep it to myself. So motherfuckers will see that and they'll feel some type of way, like they done did something wrong. And then you start thinking, well, why the fuck you feel some type of way? Like I told you it wasn't about you. And then you start thinking about their actions. Like, oh yeah, you one of the reasons why my shit is going all types of ways. So why the fuck can't you just let me do something and not make it worse? To be in a world where you try not to make shit worse, and the motherfucker sees that and make it worse anyway, is hell. It's like, you know what? I'm not gonna pour no more gasoline on this fire. I'm gonna wait for this fire to die down. And here come this ignorant motherfucker with a whole fucking bucket of gasoline. Like, nah, motherfucker. Like, oh, I see what you're trying to do. With the bucket, like, pour all that gasoline onto the fire. You trying to wait to fucking die down. And you like, well, that's the reason why the fire started, was because of a little bit of gasoline you had. Now you just gonna pour more shit on this motherfucker and make it worse. Let it die the fuck down, bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, it's hard to explain simple shit to motherfuckers who are complicated, but not smart enough to be fucking complicated. They not complex enough to be complicated. Like it's like turning 1 + 1 into fucking rocket science. Like you can't fucking do that and make sense. 1 + 1 is 2. Ain't a fucking discussion, bitch. There's nothing else to it. Nah, bitch, like, nah, 1 + 1 is 2. Because 4 take away 2 is 2. 3 take away 1 is 2. 4 halves make 2. Like, you like, bitch, we not even off all of that other shit. We on 1 + 1. We can tackle all of that other shit when it comes. You're not gonna have a 1 + 1 question answer and you come up with all of this other extra shit for no goddamn fucking reason at all. Like, you making shit complicated for no fucking reason at all. Like, I could tell a motherfucker, like, whenever I feel some type of way, I walk off, I leave. I could say this shit for years. And for some dumb reason, you know what I mean? Like, I could say this shit for 5 years. The first year we couldn't deal with each other, I can explain that's how I move. The 5th year, motherfucker be looking at me like, why are you doing this? And then try to get mad at me for not letting them be them. Like, what the fuck? Like, I think you got everything backwards. Ass backwards as usual. And that's why your ass ain't never going no fucking way. Because you don't know how to change that shit around by fixing the motherfucker that's moving backwards. Moonwalking and shit.